Next up in my Roll for Cosplay series is Aziraphale from Good Omens. So I put together this cosplay, a couple different versions of it. I had a few different wigs before I finally settled on one that I actually really like. Back in 2024, I honestly wasn't a huge fan of the first season of Good Omens, but I was a huge fan of season 2. I have watched that season quite a few times. I'm not gonna lie. I am a sucker for a romance. It was so cute. I really enjoyed it. And then I kind of got out of wearing Crowley and Aziraphale. I do actually have cosplays of both of them when all the allegations came out. So back in 2024, I think I wore Aziraphale to at least 3 cons. But in true 2024 April fashion, I have like 1 photo. There might be more, and if I find more, I will post more of them. But I know of one that I posted way out of order because I took the photo in February, and I posted it on Facebook in December, so I don't know what I was doing. However, there are several videos of my Aziraphale cosplay. I had just really started trying to make TikToks regularly and posting them, so I have several videos of Aziraphale. They're not the best because I was still learning at the time. Of course, I'm always learning, but it was early. It was early on. But there are a few TikToks that do exist of me as Aziraphale, and I'm going to make some new ones. So go check those out if you have TikTok, or they're also going to be on here on YouTube in my shorts. So probably after this video goes up, I will post the new ones, not the old ones. If you want to watch the old ones, you can go find those yourself. So this isn't a super old cosplay, so it's probably one of the newer ones that I am wearing. I also am filming these Roll for Cosplay videos a little bit out of order. However, I am wearing Aziraphale to Anime Crossroads next weekend. So if I am going to put on all of the makeup and cosplay and everything to make sure that I have everything, I am going to film it. So I don't have to do this twice. Weird. Time management. Yeah! Alright, so we've got our mug. I've got the cosplay. Let's start with the makeup and see how it goes. As with so many of my recent cosplays, we are putting in my blue contacts from Pinky Paradise. One more time. One of these days, I will cosplay a character that doesn't have blue eyes. Someday. I'm not sure when. Definitely, probably not next. Alright, when I do my makeup, especially these like more just like basic normal Cuban characters, I have a very similar makeup routine that I do for all of them, and it always starts with a moisturizer. I just have this like age perfect sunscreen stuff. I really like it though. It doesn't make me break out at all, which is always a plus because I do have a lot of issues with various products, just especially any kind of moisturizing products really making my skin break out really bad. So I am a big fan of this. It feels nice all day. Not sponsored. I just if you're looking for a moisturizer, I would recommend this one. I got it at Walmart. Alright, and then today I'm actually going to be trying out something new. So I was watching a TikTok the other day about makeup. I'm always trying to learn something new. And she was talking about primer. And I use primer. I've used a couple of different kinds of primer. So I've used like this Professional before, which I do like this stuff. I think it works pretty well. But lately I've been just using this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, kind of more like a gel, which I have liked this a lot, and it's a lot more cost effective than that other stuff. Although based on what she was talking about, kind of different types of primer and they do different things, which is interesting. And when she was talking about it, she mentioned a third type of primer, which is what this is, what I got in the mail today. It's an extreme mattifying alkaline primer, and it's supposed to help with oil. I have really oily skin, and that's always been the problem, especially when I do the full face paint, like when I'm painting myself all red for Blitz or pink for Veronica. By the end of the day, my face is starting to feel pretty oily, which is why I use the paint that I do. It does help minimize some of that, but if this helps when I'm at a con for 12 hours or whatever, if this helps from getting super oily under that face paint, that would be amazing. So I'm going to try this out today. I know I'm not going to be wearing this for as long as I would at a con, because I'm just going to be playing around for maybe an hour or two. But it's kind of like a gel. Nice. All right. So it says to put on the moisturizer first, which I did. Well, on a clean face. And then, oh, it said a soybean amount. I definitely used way too much. And then gently spread from the inside out. Okay, I used way too much. And wrong. Read the instructions, kids. That's how you get things to work properly. That's alright, I'll just kind of wipe off whatever is extra. Alright, so it says from the inside out. So just kind of working for my nose. I can't believe I already messed up. I read the instructions about 5 times before I started putting it on, and then I just got excited because I was talking to the camera and I applied it wrong. Let that set before I do anything else. Okay, I do have to say it actually feels really nice on the skin. It's kind of dried down a little bit, and yeah, it feels really nice. It shouldn't feel oily because the whole point is that it's removing the oil. Which apparently this isn't the best thing to use when you have older skin, which I am over 40 now. I am officially 40 years old. But I think the idea of I have oily skin and I'm going to be wearing makeup for a very long period of time, I think the advantages of this over one of the others is probably in my favor. So, again, I'm just trying this out. But next up, I'm going to put on my foundation. I use this Fenty Beauty foundation, and I apply it with a very wet sponge. I don't know. Not a makeup person. I've been seeing people talk about using a foundation brush instead. I'm just gonna use a wet sponge. I really need a new sponge. This one is a little bit pink from the last time I cosplayed Veronica. So I was putting on concealer and then foundation, which apparently doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But this time, I'm going to try it this way. I did the foundation, and then I'm going to put a couple of small spots of concealer here and here and here. And then just get it all around my eye. Sure. Do not take makeup tips from me, kids. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's nice. Sure. I feel pretty. Okay. Alright, and then contour top of the cheekbone. There. That? Sure. Why not? Like on either side of the nose. You're supposed to do it on your chin and like along your hairline. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, sure, very pretty. And then highlight under the eye. Oh. highlight, and then down my nose. I feel pretty. I look like I am being so aggressive, but this sponge is so soft. Really not. Okay. I think it looks pretty, okay? Oh, for my contour and highlight, I have this like NYX Wonder Stick that I've had forever. But it has a contour and a highlight on either side. I love this thing. And then cream blush on I have this Huda Beauty. I probably got this in some kind of a box. Don't throw your blush so hard that the lid pops up in your makeup bag. Just fun fact. Alright, and then I have this Clinique translucent setting powder that I use. I was setting it with a brush, but I kept seeing people using these, but then they might have been doing the bake, which apparently, like, the baking powder is different than setting powder. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn someday. Alright, then I get real crazy with it, and I go over and I do the contour and highlight again with not liquid, powder, pressed powder stuff. So I have this Wet n Wild gray and white, and so I'd seen someone say that you use like bronzer here, but like a gray contour under your cheekbones. I'm not trying to look like Aziraphale, I'm just trying to do my makeup so I look pretty. It is really more of the vibe that I go for. I am not a do my makeup to look like another person. I am a do my makeup to make it look inspired by, but that I look good. Does that make sense? Alright. I don't know. Also, I'm doing a femme version of Aziraphale. I don't think I mentioned that. I have a skirt. And I have a brand new jacket, so I'm really excited to try that out. I have this Lucky Glow palette. That's all contours and highlights and blush. So Serendipity goes here. Just kind of reinforcing that bronze. This one, just kind of brighten up under my eyes. I'll grab my brush, it's already stained pink, for a little bit of a blush. Aziraphale would have rosy cheeks. Cute little cherub boy. Am I a little bit blush blind? I don't know. I'm gonna be blonde here in a few minutes, so we'll see then. So there's the face all done! Now for my eyes. Alright, so this is the palette that I use, this Cream Shop Drippin' palette, for a lot of my blue-eyed, usually red-headed characters. But the idea is that it's just very neutral eyeshadow, but bold enough that it shows up well on camera when I am filming or when I'm getting my picture taken, so that my eyes don't look like they're just disappearing, but it's also not standing out as if I have like a really loud, exciting, cool, fun eyeshadow look, like when I did my derpy tiger with the pink and the yellow. This is to give me a nice eyeshadow look that doesn't stand out. So it's kind of like one of those things of, if you don't notice something, like in art, if you don't notice it, it was done well. But if you notice it, it means it was a mistake. Does that make sense? So this concept is to make it look nice and not bad. Sure, okay. So I'm going to use a floofy brush and this kind of medium brown, and do this on the outside and up in the crease. This is very different than the eyeshadow that I used to do for Aziraphale, but this is what I've been doing for Anna and Anastasia, and I really like it. So I want to try it out here. I also think it really helps the blue eyes pop. Look at that brown with the blue. Alright, and then this really dark brown just on the like outside corners, just to like darken it up a little bit more. And then a little bit up into the crease. Just blend it up. I can see why people do eyes first and then foundation, because you can clean up the fallout, but you know, whatever. I do my own thing. And then with my finger, I take this bright one and I do it all over the inside of the eye. And then I have this really old, beat up Paradise Enchanted makeup, and I'm going to use this really light color right here and kind of go over the top of that just to lighten it up a little bit more. Then I'm going to use my fluffy brush and just blend everything in a little bit. And I like how that looks! Yay, pretty! I'm going into my eyebrows with this brown pencil just to shape them up a bit. So I want some eyeliner, but I don't want to go black. All I have is a thick black liquid eyeliner that is very new, so it goes on really thick. So I'm going to use this darkest brown and an angle brush and just kind of smudge in an eyeliner. There. I think that'll work. And then finally, using my e.l.f. mascara on top and bottom lashes. There we go. Alright, and then I think last thing is lipstick. I think I might use this. It's a Sephora. It's kind of peachy, a little bit golden, and I don't know, I just kind of get Aziraphale. Yeah, just, I don't know, little angelic, soft, sweet, a little bit of gold. Yeah, I like it a lot. Pretty! Final step that I often forget, but is still very important, is setting spray. Also, e.l.f. I like e.l.f. I can get it from drugstore down the road, CVS, and it's cheap. But it works. It works really well. So, there's my Aziraphale makeup done, so time to go get ready. Most of my cosplays, I wear an entire outfit, essentially, underneath my cosplay. I wear a lot of skirts, so I wear a lot of modesty shorts. I almost always wear my dance tights if my legs are going to be showing, and in this case, the shirt that I have for Aziraphale is a little bit thin, so I am also going to wear a tank top under it, so I'm going to change into this outfit, and then we can start building the cosplay on top. The first real part of my cosplay is this long sleeve blue shirt. It's got this super cute little Peter Pan collar, and it's adorable. Now, a fun, specifically cosplay thing that I did for this, the shirt was actually too big. So you can see that right down the middle, I actually sewed part of it together all the way down to make it fit a little bit nicer. So when I am wearing the cosplay, it's not a baggy looking shirt on, even with the vest and the jacket. The collar itself was like really loose, and especially when I have the bow tie on and everything, it didn't look right. So I did do this. You can't see this imperfection when I'm wearing the jacket because it completely covers the back of the shirt. So this is one of those things, I wouldn't want to wear this in real life. I don't actually wear this outside of my Aziraphale cosplay, but I do wear this for cosplay because I don't compete. This is just for fun. So little modifications like this are totally cool and acceptable and very helpful to make things that you are able to find but aren't quite perfect fit more to your body. So, modifications are awesome. Next piece is this skirt. Like I said, I'm doing a femme version of Aziraphale, so I know he's got like a blue shirt, a brown vest, gray slacks, and like a cream colored jacket is like the go-to outfit that he wears quite a bit, or at least variations of that in the like modern times. I love this skirt. I actually have this skirt in 2 different colors. It buttons all the way down the front, and then it has a drawstring on the inside so that I can adjust it to fit my body really well. I love this thing so much. Further proof that the last time I wore this was at a con in 2024. I still have my C2E2 badge attached to the vest. It's still on there. We do not need that for the full cosplay. I usually attach my badges with a safety pin because I hate lanyards with a burning passion, and this way I can just kind of pin it on and out of the way on whatever I'm wearing, and it's like really secure. Alright, and this is the vest. So a lot of the pieces, the vest, the skirt, and my new jacket are all really soft. It gives very much Aziraphale vibes. I know he has a different, more stylized, not necessarily stylized, just an older fitted, I don't know, vest, whatever it is that he wears. But I don't know, I just felt like this, it's not quite like pleather, but it's that really just like soft fabric. It just feels Aziraphale. I feel like he would just be very soft. Yeah. Oh, look at it, it's so cute. Oh, I feel very librarian. And before I move on to some of the other parts, I do have this bow tie. I think his is kind of a tartan sort of design to it, and I just thought that this was so stinking cute. It's got like the creams and the gray and everything that pulls in the jacket and the skirt. But it's not quite just like basic normal bow tie. It's like this cute little almost hair bow style bow tie. I absolutely love this. It's so cute. Now, this is more of a me thing than an Aziraphale thing, but I have these thigh-high white socks. They're really soft. They have like a cute texture on them. And I just thought it would be really cute with this outfit to have these socks. So, I'm going to put these on too. So originally, I actually was just going to wear cute tights that were textured, but I like these more. Just in general, I think it's cute. And this is also the advantage of wearing the dance tights. They help hold up any kind of socks that I'm wearing, so they're not just directly on my skin. The dance tights give it a little bit of an extra bit of friction so that they stay in place longer. So there is with the tights. Here is the jacket. This is the one that I originally had. And it's fine. It's nice. I like the texture and everything on it. I like how it looks. However, it's kind of boxy. Like, it's not the cutest thing, which is fine. This is very Aziraphale, I think. I think this kind of works, and this is how I wore it before. I have nothing against it, but I like being a little bit more feminine and cute in my cosplays, especially when I'm doing a gender bend like this. If I was going for like a little bit more straight up screen accurate, I would probably be 100% okay with this and probably do something different for my socks, but in a longer skirt or pants or whatever. You know, you get the idea. But I'm going for cute and a little bit sexy with it. So, all right, I got a new jacket, so we're going to try that out. Here's my new jacket. Look, it's got a little bit of a skirt flare to it. I think it's cute. This is also soft. This isn't that same, like, actual blazer material. It's, I don't know, it might look a little bit cheaper. I think it's cute, though. So I want to try this. I like it. I do like it. It's very warm. Oh my god, I am kind of dying in these layers a little bit. This is a very, I would actually almost wear this outside. It's gonna be very warm at the con. Do I like it better than the other one? Aziraphale. What do we do, Aziraphale? I don't know. You know, I looked at a couple pictures. I feel like he would appreciate how it's fitted. I like it. Okay? I like it. Alright. It's so warm. I do like how it's more fitted. It gives me a waist and it flares out, and it's just got a little bit of wrinkle here, which I think I can get out with my steamer, or at least just having it hanging up for like the next week or so. Alright, I like that. Sometimes I wear wings, but I don't think I'm going to, especially since I'm going to be working at a vendor booth, and I don't want to be in the way with my wings, and my friend is going to be Crowley, and I know that she's not going to wear wings. But yeah, I think this is going to work. Trying to navigate a vendor hall in wings is too difficult, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, so here is that part of the outfit. Now for the shoes. Alright, so for Aziraphale, I do have two different shoes. I have these are so super cute, and I'm going to wear them for photos. And then I'm actually wearing these walking around. Because these hurt they are so cute, and they are so uncomfortable. These are Aziraphale shoes. Oh my gosh. With the little, is that called a wingtip? Oh, they're so cute. I love these. But they are so uncomfortable. So I do have these. They are so ugly. They're so dirty. They have been through it. They have been through a Ren Fair or two, but these are definitely more comfortable for standing around, especially when I'm vending. So I will definitely be taking these, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to put these on. Here it is with the cute shoes. It is adorable. And now for the final step, the wig. Because I am fully aware that my hair has looked absolutely terrible through this entire video. And now my head is all prepared for a wig. This is the final wig that I was using. It's kind of a buttery blonde yellow. I had a pure white one, and I did not like how that looked. It was also before I was styling wigs necessarily, so it was a straight out of the bag, and it didn't look good. Anyway, it probably might now if I bothered, but I kind of liked this color. I like that it's all curly. Okay, let's try to get this in a position that works. I'm going to go look in a mirror. Ooh. Okay, I like the general idea. I like this side and the curls. I do like the headbands. However, it's too long, it's too unruly. And somewhere along the line, I became Little Miss I'm not afraid to go at something with a pair of scissors while it's on my head. So we're going to shorten this. Could I take this off and put it on a wig stand? Yeah. Am I going to? No. Alright, so I did tuck a little bit more of it back behind the ponytail. The headband. There, that is so much better. See, it doesn't have like that big, giant, weird piece. I couldn't figure out what to do with it anymore. It just curls nicely. Right there, perfect. Don't be afraid to go at stuff with a pair of scissors. Your wigs, especially ones that I've had for a little while that I don't wear for anything else, or they're straight out of the bag and they just don't look good. Scissors and steamer. I almost just took this off, put it on my wig stand, and took a steamer to it, but I do like this curl and I didn't want to lose it. I just needed it shorter. And I'm not just using regular like kitchen paper scissors. These are actually my sewing scissors. These are super sharp. They're essentially like hair cutting scissors. They are like that level of sharp. So very careful with them, but they definitely, just cutting off a little bit of hair really makes a huge difference on wigs to make them look good on you and look good in general. So I think that helped a lot. What's cute? I still am not crazy about myself as a blonde, but it's fine. For the purposes of being Aziraphale, I will deal with being blonde. And this is how much hair I cut off, which is quite a bit actually. The absolute final piece of this cosplay, other than like any little props I would have, like my angel wing mug, are these earrings. I actually drew these. I don't have them anymore. I mean, obviously I have this pair, but I don't sell them anymore. I didn't get any more made, but it's a teacup and the wings are like Crowley and Aziraphale's wings, an apple, halo, plant, book, and then Crowley's little like tattoo there in the middle. So I think they are super cute. I love these earrings. And then I think for like my second hole, I'm just gonna leave these little gold ones. And I don't really have an idea on what I could wear as a second pair of earrings. So I'm just gonna leave the little gold ones in. There we go. Cute. And there is the whole Aziraphale. I think it's cute. Let me know what you think. And this is only the third video I think I've made that is like me getting ready, longer form content here on YouTube, so I'm still getting used to things. So let me know if there's anything like specifically you would like to see on these cosplay getting ready with me videos. Or even specifically in the roll for cosplay videos, because this is the 6th one. Second full video on here, but all of the previous ones you can find in the playlist, and then in my shorts are skits and smaller little get ready quicker videos and everything. So I am having a lot of fun with this. I'm learning a lot, and I will see you next time. Bye! And this is the part of the video where I do a small business showcase because I still don't have any sponsors. And this time we're talking about my friend over at the Colorful Geek. She is very talented. I personally have several items from her shop. All of these t-shirts, that Wicked pin. My favorite are her cropped t-shirts. I just love a cropped t-shirt moment. And I found her right in the middle of my obsession with Our Flag Means Death, which would explain why most of my shirts and my mug are all Our Flag themed. But she's always keeping up with different TV shows and movies and books, so she can definitely satisfy all of your geeky urges and show off your love for your fandoms. So go check her out.